We are live. We are going. B. Nicole, good evening. How you doing? Wow, good to see you. Hey, Paige, good evening. Regina, good evening. Thank you for joining us. Shauna, good evening. And Trinace, our queen, thank you for joining us this evening. Hey, Shalina. Carolyn, hello. Brianna, hello. Happy Friday. And it's the Honorable Jeff Booker from Seabright, New Jersey. Man, I hope you're doing all right in all that snow and cold. Alicia, good evening. Hey, Shauna Moss, I hope that you've had a good week. I am doing all right. Vicky is here all the way from Guyton. Good evening, Vicky. Judy Nixon Johnson is here. Happy Friday. Lorraine, good afternoon to you. Jacqueline, hello. Sandra, good afternoon to you. Good evening. Hey, Annette, thank you for joining us. Sheila, thank you for joining us as well. Cynthia is here, everybody. Good evening, Cynthia. Hey, Karen, good to see you. And Karen from Kentucky. Karen. I'm working for you, Karen. I'm working for you. We're going to get you back here soon. Hey, Coach, good evening. Cassell, all the way from Jacksonville, Florida. And B. Nicole says she's getting her first vaccine on March the 1st. Thank you very much. Hey, Sharon Renee, thank you for joining me as well. And I did get that package. Thank you very much. Latanya, howdy and happy Friday. Latanya and Latasha, hello as well. We have Angel on here with us this evening. Candy girl, good evening. Happy Friday to you. Cheryl, I am doing okay. And Saida, we're working on that, Saida, right? I love to see those kids at some point in my life. Hey, Nisi, good to see you all the way from Hinesville, Georgia. Good to see you on. Hey, Jason, my friend, good to see you. Thank you. And Shauna, yes, I had a great opportunity to be at St. Joseph's Hospital. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Hey, Antoinette, hope you're hanging in there as well. E. Joyce Parrish, hello. Yvette, hello. Charlene, hello to you. Lydia, hello as well. Elena, hello. Yeah, the family is coming in. The family is coming in. Hey, Steve Donstead, good to see you, my brother, as well. Hey, Brenda Curtis, good to see you. Hey, Gina Chanel, thank you for joining us as well. Hey, Mario, thank you for joining us. Royce, hello. Lita, good evening to you. And good evening, Katina. Hope you got that package I left for you. Arkeem, good evening. And yes, Brianna, we're going to talk a little bit about that. Sharon, hello. And Molly Lieberman is on, so that means we only 1/3 of Team Lieberman is on, waiting for the rest of them. Latika, thank you for joining us. Cynthia, good evening for joining us as well. Gina, hello. Let me put my little cap on too. Y'all be asked about the cap, so put the cap on. Hey, we'll say hello to Pat Swift. Good to see you. Barbara Dolores, hello. Angie from the DMV. All the way to DMV. I know you wish you were in Savannah right now. I know the weather's a little bit better. And my cousin Pam, who's like my cousin, but we like her husband Perry better. So, Perry's my man. So, we swap Pam for Perry. So, if Pam and Perry ever break up, then we're going to keep Perry. We're going to give back Pam. But Pam is doing some awesome work in Richmond, Virginia. So, we show my cousin Pam some love. Chastity, good evening. Thank you for joining us. And Annette, hello. Mario's on, and Bertice Berry is on. We're gonna have to get you back on, Dr. Berry. Help us bring some life to our foolishness that's going on. Crystal, thank you so much. And Larry is on. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. Athena, thank you for joining us. Regina, hello. And we appreciate that. Joanne, hello. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Pastor Richard Hayes from Hinesville, Georgia. Great to see you, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. Hey, Ed. Ed is our parliamentarian, and Ed is in the house. Ed wants to let you all know, no hateful comments. This is a no-hate zone. You will be dealt with. No hate. No hate. This is a place of love. Thank you very much. Nicole, thank you for joining us. Tanya, thank you. And wow, Sonia White is on all the way from Washington, D.C. Good to see you as well. And Nisha wants my take on schools reopening and the exclusion on some kids wearing face coverings. I'm going to stay away from that. Maybe I will. All right. Hey, Mary, all the way from Washington State. I hope you're doing all right in Washington State. Mickey, good to see you as well. Vincent is in the house. He is president accounted for. Katrina, thank you for joining us. Hey, Patricia, God bless you too. Hey, Yolanda, good to see you as well. And good to see you. Felina, I know it's cold in Cuyahoga County. Ed, remind me to talk about that. I expect that we will spare the Johnny Mercer Theater. Sarita, you want to know about the fairground property? Okay, what would you like to know about it? Jay Chris, my brother, I did get your text. I was wondering where Dr. Christopher was. She didn't come, so I'm kind of upset about that. Lynette, thank you for joining us. Gloria, good evening to you. Hey, Tandra Bradshaw, thank you for joining us. And Sheila, yes, we send our prayers to Texas. Talk a little bit more about that. Tanya Singleton, thank you for joining us. And see, Nicole, you inboxed me, but I inboxed you back. Lizzie, thank you for joining us. Hazel, good evening to you. Patricia, thank you for joining us as well. And, okay, we got 2/3 of the Lieberman family on, so we're just waiting for one more. Tasha, hey, you keep standing us up, so I don't know why you do that, but you keep standing me up, which is not nice. Tanny, thank you for joining us as well. And Dana West, thank you for joining us. Aaron, thank you for joining us. Tanya Pace is on. And hey, Savannah's mom, Carolyn, is on. Thank you for joining us as well. And Divine Favor says hello. So, hey, Divine Favor, thank you for joining us. And hello as well. Patricia, good evening as well. And, Mary, let's talk about that too. Pam, how I'm gonna trade you? If you and Perry get divorced, we are going to keep Perry. That's all. I mean, you blood, but we like Perry. So in the divorce decree, Perry gets your family. That's how we gonna do it. I mean, how you gonna do it? We gonna keep Perry. Hey, we got Akila in Savannah, living in Philly. Thank you for joining us. Takoa, thank you for joining us. Hey, Tam Love just celebrated her birthday, and I am so happy it's your birthday. Happy birthday, Tammy, from all of us. And April has not been on in a while, but we're glad that you're with us. Hey, Brother Elliot Simmons, thank you for joining us. Kenneth Davis, good evening, sir. Thank you for joining us as well. Jareen Brown is on, and Gloria Wells is on as well. Jessica is on with us. Aunt Jordan is on, and Dr. Priscilla Williams. Good to see you. Thanks for being a part of my village. Good to see you as well. Elise, thank you for joining us. Kim, good evening to you. And Adrian from Brooklyn, New York. Where in Brooklyn? You know I'm from Brooklyn, right? So tell me where in Brooklyn you're from, Adrian. Got to send shouts out to the homies. Spreading love. It's the Brooklyn way. Chantel, thank you so much as well. And hey, Jossie, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Alicia, you got your first vaccine on Monday. Want to know how you're feeling as well. Jordash, good to see you. And Deborah, you've been open full time with no issues. Well, Effingham and Chatham County are really not comparable. I mean, we have but 2 to 3 times more the students that we have. So it's really not apples and apples. We could talk a little bit about that. And Ethel is all the way from Ohio. Thank you for joining us. And finally, y'all, Gina Yvette has shown up late as usual. So I would guess we can get started since Gina's here. Edie from South Carolina, thank you for joining us as well. And Sarita, we'll talk about that in a minute. And Ed has beaten COVID, so we're showing love to him as well. Elder Flossie is with us. Sabrina, good evening. Henry Singleton is in the house. Deborah Burke is from Hinesville. Pamela is watching. Elizabeth, hello. We're going to go ahead and get started in a minute. Let me see. Who else? Jeremy is here. Roxy as well. Our friends from the Libertarians of Effingham County are here. We're always glad to have you with us as well. Bell. Good to see you as well. Tamara, good to see you. Good to see you as well. Kelvin, good to see you. And Adrian is from Bed-Stuy, do or die. My mother was born and raised in Bridgeport. I'm from Brownsville, never ran, never will. And of course, all my mother's folks went to Boys and Girls High School. Hey, Andrea, good to see you as well. And Joe Marinelli is in Cleveland, Ohio, Cuyahoga County, where I know it's cold. Felina is there as well. Good to see you, Joe. Elizabeth Clark got her second one on Thursday. And Joe, I want you to come on and we're going to talk about how we sell Savannah in the world. Dr. Angie Lewis, I saw you today in the cut, but you didn't get up and didn't even speak to me. So I'm feeling some kind of way about that as well. Jacqueline. Oh, thank you for joining us, Jacqueline. Good evening. Hey, Joyce Davis, I know I still owe you a visit. I will be coming to see you. I just got tied up. Hey, Jessica, thank you for joining us. And Bell is in Covington as well. Hey, my brother, Willie Jones, I need to know how that situation turned out. I think you did the right thing. And hey, Joycette is here as well. And Adrian sent her son down here. He graduated from Savannah State. Shout out to Opio. That's right. Opio is a good brother as well. And, of course, Savannah State Tigers. Cynthia, thank you for joining us. Lynette, thank you. William, hello. And Chantel, thank you as well. Ladies and gentlemen, if it is Friday during a pandemic, and you're keeping the faith and following the signs. If it's Friday during a pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the signs and you have nowhere that you have to be, if it's Friday during a pandemic and you're keeping the faith and following the signs and you have nowhere you have to be and it's cold and raining outside, that means you are here with me, you're here with us, you're here with me. It is Friday night. We have made it another Friday night. Thank you so much for joining us for our weekly date night. We call it Friday Night Live, where we get together, we be together, and we just hang out together, and we love up on each other. And so our family is growing. We have been doing this since March the 20th of 2020. Every single Friday night we get together. Every single Friday night we've gotten together. We have laughed together. We've planned weddings together. We've cried together. We've supported one another. And you know what? Had it not been for the pandemic, we would not be together. But when we get past all of this, we are going to get together, I promise you, and we are going to have a great Friday Night Live for real. So, a lot going on. Hey, my baby Ari, good to see you. And thank you for joining us. And Sharon, thank you for joining us as well. So a lot going on, and we're glad that you're with us. Obviously, tonight, we're going to be talking about a couple of things. Brianna, we'll talk about it. Yes, Brianna, I'll talk about that first. So let's talk about two things. First of all, as you know, on Monday, I'll give you the time. It might be 7 or 7:30. I might have a conflict. But on this Monday, Motivational Mondays, last week we talked about housing and evictions. This Monday night, we'll be talking about felons and the right to vote. So if you know someone that is a felon, hey, T, good to see you. If you know somebody who is a felon and they want to to vote. Hey, good to see Reverend Henry and family from Pleasant Grove and Hinesville, and Debbie Walker. You're late, but you're here, so we are glad that you're here. And Stacy, good to see you as well. Brenda, I love you more. But we're going to be talking about felons and the right to vote. D Triple M, good to see you. But yes, we're going to be talking about felons and the right to vote. So if you know somebody, there was called justice involved. We want to talk with them and have some folks coming and talking with us about their right to be able to vote. There's a lot of misconceptions out there. We want to make sure you get the right and the best information, and so we'll be talking about that on Monday. Stay tuned for the time. If you have someone that has been involved with the criminal justice system, get them on there so that they can talk about that. This is sponsored by myself, the Port City Bar Association, and ARCS, which is the Advocates for Restorative Communities of Savannah. So again, Monday, 7:30, 7:30. We'll make sure to let you know about the time. So first thing I want to talk about. Second thing, of course, the Savannah hats on here. We have not seen Miss Lady, Miss Marissa Bird, but if you want a hat, these are the Savannah hats that I've been rocking. As you notice, it's the SAV, and it has the Seaport, and we have the peach on the back, and so you've seen me rocking this all over the place. Beverly, good evening. And I rep for the Seaport. I go hard in the paint for my city, and so I think we need to start showing some love to where we are. Savannah didn't choose me; I chose Savannah, and so we want to, if you're here, then you chose Savannah too, and we want to rep our city, and we can make our city whatever it is we want it to be. So April, if your son was a felon, get them on to come on Monday, like I said, 7 or 7:30. So tonight is open mic. We'll talk about what you want to talk about. So a question came up about, well, let me go back. I'll answer that next. So Jackie, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, Jackie. But anyway, so this week I went to St. Joseph's Hospital and had a wonderful time with the healthcare heroes of St. Joseph's Hospital. So I've been to Memorial, I've been to Candler, and I've now been to St. Joseph's and spent a great amount of time there with these amazing people that are our brothers and sisters, mothers and fathers, sons and daughters, who work from all types of capacities. Not only doctors and nurses, but techs as well, respiratory therapists, individuals who they clean rooms, because that is an extremely important job. I hung out in the laundry room with folks that do the laundry and clean this out every single day. Jackie, I still don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know what you're talking about, Jackie. But the point is that again, we have some amazing people. So if you know of people that are working in hospitals, and again, as far as I'm concerned, I used to work in a hospital. I used to hire for a hospital, and the reality is everybody is important. Everybody works hard, and as far as I'm concerned, they're all important. So if they're working in sanitation or environmental services, hey, they're important, and so. That's why, I'm there with them, and I hung out with them, and I hung out with the folks in laundry, and just the amounts of laundry that they have to clean and then fold and then get back up on the floors and all of that. Again, amazing people at St. Joseph's Candler. They are people all over the place. So, shouts out to our healthcare heroes from all of our hospitals. Even folks that are PCTs, those that work in medical offices, that work in dental offices, and all that kind of stuff. So we send out our love. We appreciate them, and so we appreciate all that they do. Thank you for what you do. And I understand that Dr. Ramos had passed away, and so our thoughts and prayers go to Dr. Ramos as well. So we appreciate that. All right. So that's the first thing. So second thing I've got some questions about is about St. Patrick's Day, and so let me deal with that real quick. Um, Oh, Sandra, I know. I tell you, I used to work at a hospital. I'm very clear. I used to hire nurses and everybody else for hospitals. So I know what folks do in hospitals. I'm very clear about that, and I'm telling you that they have been doing it. They've been doing it. Jackie, what are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. So until you can inbox me and say what you're talking about, right now, all the riddles and stuff, I'm just not with that right now. So, but anyway, so St. Patrick's Day, March 17th, St. Patrick's Day, big event in our community. We know we have the second largest celebration in the nation. New York has the largest. We are second. Chicago is third, and Boston is fourth. And so we have a lot of people that come here for St. Patrick's Day. And we know even without a parade, people are coming. And so I was asked last week about, what do we do as it relates to, what do we do in terms of St. Patrick's Day? Will I do like they did in New Orleans and, stop bars and restaurants and other establishments from operating as they usually do? And the answer is maybe. I will say that I'm not giving a shout out for those working in schools. Man, look, I gave shout outs for schools. I do schools all of the time. I mean, I have the superintendent on. I mean, come on, man. I mean, can you let the people at the hospitals have their time tonight? We shouted y'all out 2-3 weeks ago. This week, we showed love to teachers. We've had the superintendent on. All right. This week here, we're showing love to our healthcare professionals. I mean, come on. We can love everybody at the same time. I can't possibly shout out everybody every week. So this week we're doing healthcare. Like I said, last week we did schools. Week before we did schools. So, we're loving on hospitals this week. We'll come back to schools. All right. But anyway, so anyway, the reality is, as far as I'm concerned, is that I'm determined to keep Savannah safe. I know some people, this is a big money maker for them, and I know the economy is very fragile. I understand all of that. My position is this: if our numbers are still up, and if our bars and folks are still doing what they want to do and acting in the way they want to act, it's possible. And I hope that answers your question. I have a number in my mind. I have a metrics in my mind. But my bottom line is I'm going to protect our city. I'm going to protect those who work in these bars and clubs and establishments. I'm going to protect them. I'm going to protect their families. And if that means that, we shut it down, then, we'll shut it down. But as I said, what I said was that all options are on the table. And so all options are on the table. I have not committed to anything. And, we'll just see where it is. I know tonight we'll be going out and looking around and seeing what's going on and what people are doing. So that's it. All right. So let's see. Who else wants to talk? What other questions you have? All right. Yes, I think we can agree that Effingham County and Bryan County schools are not comparable to Chatham County schools. They're just not. We are a much larger system. We have a much more diverse student population. We have almost double to triple the teachers. We have certainly over 50 facilities. It's just not the same. So, I mean, when we compare apples and oranges, then we have to compare apples and oranges. So we have to compare us to comparable systems. Effingham is not a comparable system to Chatham. I love my folks in Effingham County, but we're not comparable. Effingham and Liberty are not comparable. in size and in scope. So I love them, but they're not comparable. So we can't say, well, they did this in Bryan County. Well, I mean, Bryan County is a much smaller system. And so we have to be very clear about what we're talking about. Somebody asked about my take about, going back to school again. My position has always been the same. I think kids need to be in school. I think kids deserve to be in school. I think that kids should go to school when it's safe to do so. And I think kids should go back to school when it's safe for teachers to do so, and custodians to do so, and cafeteria workers to do so, and bus drivers to do so. And so if we want them to be back in school, we need to find ways to accelerate, try to accelerate their vaccines, prioritize them, and we have to make sure that every school has a way to do that type of business. So, that's where I am. So, if I decide to close bars, let me see. If I decide to close bars and restaurants, why don't I close liquor stores or any waste alcohol? Well, that's probably true. Like I said, I haven't made any decisions yet. But when I make the decisions, it'll be a decision. It might be a curfew shuts everything down. So, I mean, again, as I said before, all options are on the table. All options are on the table. Again, I am absolutely laser focused on protecting Savannah, period. And you all know that people come here from all over the place, and we love our visitors, but we also know they come up here to turn up and to live their best lives. Well, the thing about turning up and living their best lives is that they come from other places that are hotter than we are, and when they leave, sometimes they leave in ways that affect us, and we've seen those bumps. And so I'm just not trying to have those bumps. So we're keeping our eyes on it. We're monitoring it, as you all know, on a daily basis, and we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. We want to do the right thing. Nisha, what about the exemption of masks for certain students? I do not know what. I don't know about the exemptions. I don't know what they're talking about. Okay, so I don't know much about that. Jackie, yes, Jackie. What would you like to know, Jackie? Okay, so we'll wait for you, Jackie, to tell me what's going on with you, and then we'll deal with that. All right. Let's see. Well, I think the bottom line, I think, for about schools is that in the end, you're the superintendent of your home. You get to decide whether your kids go to school or not. And that is a decision only you can do. I've said before, and I've said again, I think that Dr. Ann Levette is doing an amazing job with what she has to work with. She has a board that is, divided one way or another. I mean, and she has to balance the needs of all of them. And so I think she's been very communicative. I think she's been very forthright in dealing with those things. And so, she has a balancing act. But at the end of the day, you get to decide whether you feel like your kids are safe enough to go to school. And so, that's where the decision is. You get to decide. Okay? All right. Let's see. Hey, Anna, how did I miss you at St. Joseph's? What floor were you on, Anna? I don't know where you were, but I'm sorry I missed you. But I'll be coming back. All right. We are glad to have Katina's mom on. We're not really talking to Katina right now, but we love Katina's mom, and she wants to know when does the city auction to sell old equipment. If you go to what's called govdeals.com, GOVDEALS.com, that is where surplus equipment from cities all over the country put their equipment and you buy it from them. So it's called govdeals.com. Jackie, don't be such a dim. What are you talking about, Jackie? Jackie, really? Don't be such a dim? Really? On a Friday? Anyway. Let's see, what else? This is all perform. All right, but those teachers I see out in Walmart or a grocery store, if they feel safe enough to go out in public, why can't they teach? Well, that's a good question. I mean, The teachers have to monitor their behavior as well. I know of some school systems in which they've made teachers sign something talking about their behavior, and outside of school, and also they made parents sign something about a kid's code of conduct. I mean, I don't know. Again, that's the school system. I don't know. Um, Sandra, thank you very much. Uh, so Karen is saying I need to remove Jackie. Jackie, the family has spoken, and if you keep on, you're gonna be put in timeout. The family's already spoken. Um, has Gina wants to know, has Chatham County done their due diligence to clean and sanitize the schools? I do not know. I would expect they have. I'm sure Dr. Levet has said that's a prerequisite to going back into schools. Um, yeah, Gina, I see what's going on, and that's why I'm trying to stay focused. Um, in the city that do not live here, why can't I stop them from coming in? Well, because you know, um, because it's American, we really can't stop people from coming in Savannah. I mean, people from Pula come into Savannah. I don't know how we really stop people from coming in the city. I mean, it's an issue, but I think that's a good point. Um, and Lee says that. Well, I mean, I love Namas Savannah. Again, I want to keep them in business, and I think we should keep them in business. But on the other end of it, I mean, I think we're talking about two different things. Um, you know, there is a part of, are we playing a short game or are we playing a long game? Are we going to sacrifice Savannah's long-term growth for short-term gains? And I would say no. Again, I promise you this. I will tell you that as far as I'm concerned, um, you know, uh, any decision that I make will be based on the science. It will be defensible, and it will be in the best interest of Savannah. And so that's just where it is. Like I said, right now, everything is what it is. We'll see where it goes. Okay? Hey, good to see you, Jeanette. Thank you for joining us as well. And what else? Let's see. What else we got? Who else? Questions? Oh, Tawana, thank you so much. Hey, Bill, good to see you, Bill. Uh, Always good to see you. And Bill, we took care of that thing, the issue you contacted us about. I hope you were told about it. I hope it helps. Let me know that it helps. Um, so what else? And thank you so much. Oh, okay. Lovely Nisha says if they have a doctor's excuse, then they're not required to wear them on the bus or class. Well, I mean, what do you do? If a kid has asthma or if they have some type of bronchial issue and wearing the mask exacerbates that issue, I mean, do you make the kid wear a mask and the kid drops dead or something or has an asthma attack? I mean, I don't think there's much you can really do about that except, place them somewhere where they're not able to, infect other people. I mean, I think you can make accommodations to address those things. Let's see. I hate what happened with Beach and Savannah High's basketball players. What happened with Beach and Savannah High basketball players? What happened? Uh, hey, we have Yolanda Owens on from Houston, Texas, and Yolanda is a good friend of mine. And let me tell you, Yolanda, and I want you all to continue to keep the folks in Texas, particularly in your thoughts and prayers. Yolanda has been without power for like 3 or 4 days, and it was like freezing cold. They found out that Texas owns its own utilities, and it has been a really hard time. So we're glad to see you on, Yolanda. I heard now that you have electricity and power, and so hopefully your bones have warmed up a little bit, but we're so glad that you joined us. Marissa has joined us finally, y'all, so here it is. Marissa, let them know how they can inbox you. Um, let's see. Oh, Mr. Marcelo Stewart is on. Good to see you, Marcelo. Always a pleasure to see you, my brother. Um, let's see. Let me see. I'm looking. Um, let's see. Who else? Hey, Erica has joined us, which means the most amazing child in the world is around. So I say hey to my Maya. Good to see you, Maya. Let me see. What else? Shauna deals with tourists every day, and she gets tired of telling them to put on their mask or cover their nose or mouth. Very annoying at times. Well, that's my point. My point is this: is that at the end of the day, people come, and I mean, I wish that if Governor Kemp would have had a statewide mask ordinance, this would have been easy because everybody would have been wearing a mask wherever they are. But the problem is that they don't, and private businesses do what they want to do, and they jeopardize their employees, which are my citizens, which are mothers and fathers and daughters and sons. You jeopardize them with your behavior. That's why it's an issue. Let me see. Let's see. All right. See, Nicole, I believe that you might want to talk to Debbie Williams Walker, who's on from from EOA. She might be able to help her. All right. Carolyn's going to take Jackie to lunch tomorrow. Hey, Darren, good to see you. And Lizzie, thank you so much. Well, Brianna, that's a good question. I've been looking to see what we could do for the folks in Texas that are our friends. The issue is they need water. But part of the issue is also getting this stuff to them because issues have really. So I mean, my thing is right now, I don't know what we do as a city for Texas, but we are looking in ways that we could be of help in there as well. So, Bill, oh yeah, Bill, Bill, I got you, Bill, I got you, Bill, I got you, and we want to do all we can, Bill, to keep you in business. So. And I do know, because I've been in your establishment, you do follow the science, and I think you do an excellent job of doing that. If everybody did like you, Bill, at Moon River, we would not have this problem. Our numbers would probably be lower. But the problem is everybody doesn't do like you do, Bill. And I promise you, I got you in mind. Hey, Robert Ellington, good to see you, sir. Thank you for joining us. Yes. Hey, Ms. Marsha. Yes, I was on Political Rewind on Georgia Public Broadcasting this week. Thank you so much. What's going on with the building area by Savannah Gardens is so properly lit. It is not city property, but I will check into it. Good evening, Shawan. Thank you for joining us. Veronica, thank you for joining us as well. Felicia, I am trying to take care of the issue. Quincy, thank you. We appreciate you as well. Tawana, no, I am the man of Savannah. I don't want to be anything else. Vernon, I was in West Savannah today. I'm in West Savannah probably most days. Actually, it's kind of cold, so I ain't really being out all over the place. Jennifer, I am the mayor, and I ain't trying to be the governor. Hey, Sandra, thank you for hearing me on NPR. I appreciate that. At least if we have to close things, are there resources for workers because or businesses, owners to stay afloat? Again, all those types of things we're looking at. So I promise you that, again, nothing has changed as of yet. We're just keeping our options on the table. Katie wants to share your book on All My Lives. What's your book, Katie? Let me know about your book. They were fighting. Savannah High and Beach players were fighting? Suspended for the rest of the season between Savannah High and Beach? Really? Really? I don't know, but it's not like, you used to have real rivalries. What are we fighting for? It's basketball. Fighting for what? And now everybody has to sit at home. Who suffers? The schools suffer. Who suffers? The players suffer because now, some are losing their eligibility and stuff. Wow. Again, but parents, we have to show our kids better. We have to do better, which is why it's important for us that we have to, even on social media, which is why this is Dawn Baker is on, y'all. Good to see Dawn Baker. We appreciate that as well. But it's important that, we show good behavior because our kids are watching us, and they do like we do. Denise, who can we contact about unemployment? It's been since December. I think you need to contact Senator Lester Jackson or one of your state delegation. and tell them they need to move fast on your unemployment. So contact Senator Jackson or Representative Mallow, Representative Gilliard, Representative Vicki Stevens, depending on what district you're in as well. Representative Stevens. Jordash, they have Ott Street between 30th and Solid. What can the city do about all the dumping? Do me a favor. Go ahead and just call now. Call 311 and report it, and we can get that done. 311. Call that number and then report that for us. Julia says Texas still does not have water, but thank God for electricity. Again, our issue is really how do you get that stuff there, so as well. Let's see. Is the city of Savannah responsible for removing a fallen tree is on a power cable line? I would start with calling Georgia Power. Georgia Power usually removes trees, and it depends on who the tree is, but who the tree is owned by. But call Georgia Power. Brianna, I'm the same way. I mean, to me, I'm the CEO of my wallet, and if they don't require a mask, I don't eat there. That's why I'll go to Moon River, because Moon River follows the science. If you get a chance, y'all go by Moon River and y'all go by Namas and support them. Let's see. Adrian, thank you very much. Yeah, I mean, we have to support the businesses doing the right thing. Paige wants to know, do I know why Memorial Children's Cancer Center ran out of chemo for the children 2 weeks ago? I do not know. But I hope they get it soon. Hey, Miss Greta, good to see you. Nisi says, shut the country down for 6 weeks, open back in levels, vaccinations are not cures. That's the nation. I'm just talking about Savannah. Can we send bottled water? Again, Patrice, the issue is really about how do we get it there? As you know, the weather has been really where they have not been able to even move stuff around there. So again, we're talking, how do we send it? Where do we send it? We'll figure all that out as soon as we can. But the question is, when you send it, how do you send it? Because right now things are really rough there. So, but I promise you, once we find out, we will. Hey, I'm glad to see my sweetheart, the 65th mayor of our city, Mayor Edna Jackson, on. Everybody show some love to Mayor Edna Jackson. Good to see you, Madam Mayor. Thank you so much for joining us. Good to see Rockin' Robin from Kansas City, Missouri. She's on. I know it's cold there, and I'm sorry about that L y'all talk. I was really going for y'all. Betty, thank you so much as well. Valerie, thank you. And Tawana, no, we're not doing that. Bill wants to know, does Garden City have a mandatory mask order too? I don't know. I know Chatham County has one. But if Food Lion says that, if Food Lion says they have a mask but people are not doing it, I'm not shopping at Food Lion, straight up. And you need to let them know that you're not shopping there because of that. I bet you they'll get their stuff together quickly. Hey, Lasheen, thank you for joining us. Jeff, good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. I need to drive down Augusta Avenue and Tulip Street. I was at Augusta Avenue and Tulip Street yesterday. What do I need to see, Sabrina? Hey, Miriam, good to see you. And Katie mailed me a copy of what? The Libertarians say that Governor Kemp is the worst governor since Jimmy Carter. I'm staying far away from that. They're requesting money. All right, it's okay. Thank you. Joan says that Texas is requesting money donated to a Feed All of Texas website. Matter of fact, what we might want to do is talk with our friends here in Savannah at America's Second Harvest, and maybe they have a sister organization that we can donate to. And if we do that, then next week we'll try to go ahead and donate money for them on behalf of our family. Okay. Elizabeth says, can I have a real talk in the black community? Like, real talk about what? I talk with the real community every day. I mean, give me an idea what you're talking about. Katie, yes, I know. I know you come from persistent stock. I know. 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 Um, hey, Brittany is on all the way from somewhere in mid Georgia. Glad to see Brittany on as well. Has ARC been scheduled to appear for a Friday Night Live presentation? Pastor Tillman, they have not. But when you all are ready, I'll be glad to have you on. But we are on this Monday. We're talking about felons and the right to vote on this Motivational Monday coming up, and it's sponsored by Port City and ARCS. ARC stands for Advocates for Restorative Communities of Savannah. So, let's see. What else? What else we got? What else we got? What else we got? Tawana, you should be able to call 311 from your cell phone. It might be your carrier, and if it is, check into it, because I know sometimes if it is, you have to have them added, but you should be able to call 311. All right, at least if you've had trash piles in the lane for months and we've done nothing, they give you a control number. Inbox me that control number, and I'm gonna find out why you've been calling and they have not been responding. So, just send me the what's called it's a work order number. Just let me know the work order number and I'll follow up. Hey, good to see Mayor Pro Tem Cynthia Jenkins all the way from Noonan, Georgia. And I know it's been a little cold there, and good to see Mama Annie Pearl Jenkins. Thank you so much for joining us all the way from Coweta County. Glad to see you. Hey, finally, Chloe is on. So everybody knows we have been planning Chloe's wedding. We already know who's going to do what. We have singers. We have, I think Dawn Baker is going to be the MC. We have the food. We have it all set up. We have where the bachelor party is going to be. We're going to go to Moon River, and we're going to have a bachelor party wearing masks, of course, as well. Everybody loves Dawn Baker. Oh, look. Bam, bam, bam. Look at God. So Audrey King is on here. Audrey King is the regional vice president or regional manager for Georgia Power. And guess what? She's on Friday Night Live. And so she's giving you the information about outdoor lighting issues, trees on power lines, powder outages. Here's the information. It's right here, and I want to thank her so much. I'm going to pin that message so you can see that. Thank you so much for joining us. And we'll make sure that information there so everybody else can see that. And I want to get you on, and we can talk about power. Electricity. Y'all remember that? I mean, some of y'all are not old enough to remember Schoolhouse Rock, but I remember Schoolhouse Rock. Electricity. Oh, Elise, I'm sorry. Namaste. Thank you. I appreciate that. Let's see. Thank you, Patrice. I think you're the best too. Yeah, Shauna, I promise you, if I roll up in somewhere and they're not doing masks, I walk out. But it's important for you, rather than walk out. May I speak to the manager? I just want you to know that I'm not staying here because you're not enforcing masks. You have to tell them, because they have to see it's a direct consequence that for every person they let in without a mask, they'll lose a bunch of people without masks. Make sure you let them know that you're not staying there. Go to Moon River. Go to Namaste. Good food there as well. Let's see, what else I want to talk about? Oh, I did. I know what you're talking about on Tulip in Augusta. Yes, I did. Yes. And that should have been taken care of today. But if it's not, we'll get that dealt with. Hey, Pinky, good to see you. Thank you for joining us. And Kimmy, thank you so much as well. Let's see, what else we got? Stacy Fuller has finally joined us, y'all, so we can go ahead and be happy because Stacy has joined us. I mean, you're super late, but we're glad you're with us. Hey, Philip, good to see you. Thank you for joining us as well. Sam wants to know, why does Effingham schools don't require the kids to wear a mask? That is a good question. I do not know. Maybe our friends, the Libertarians of Effingham County, maybe y'all know. I don't know much about Effingham County. Let's see, what else we got? Hey, Renee, thank you for joining us, Renee, and we're planning her weather as well. And Edie, she doesn't live in Savannah, but we love Edie and we want her to come back. Um, Good, Chantel, we can't wait. Shirley wants to know how many community-based vaccination sites do we have in addition to our traditional medical providers? Good question. We were supposed to have um, Dr. Chris on from the health department, and he couldn't make it this week, but we'll get him on, and I'll get the information. And I'll post it. Okay, so we'll have that. Hey, Lawana Tillman is on. When will the three-way stop sign at Stiles and Louisville Road at the light be fixed? I do not know. Call 311 and send me the work order number, and let's get that done. All right. Um, See, we solve issues. We solve things here at Friday Night Live. We solve them. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? What else? Um, Look, man. Look, Sharon. Look, Schoolhouse Rock was how I learned stuff. I mean, you know what? Actually, I have a DVD and I have the CD of that. And maybe we need to sit there and play some of those and go through those. That's for the folks that are grown folk. Um, but anyway. What else? What else we got? What else we got? Lorianne says the inspection people never return your call. Inbox me and let me know what's going on with that, and let's get that dealt with. Okay. Sabrina says it was still there today. All right, I will take care of that. Maybe tonight and the morning, I'll get that dealt with. All right. Shut down Move River. They fired you. Shavandria, 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 Shavandria. We're not going to do that, Shavandria. We're not going to do it because if you go on with this, we don't know why they fired you, and we don't want Bill and them saying why they fired you. We not, we don't do that dispute stuff here. Okay. I'm sorry that you were fired. I hope you found another job. Idell, I do not know when we'll have a mass vaccination site. Our date night anniversary, I am planning date night anniversary right now. We're looking at March the 19th, which will be 1 year. We're trying to do this every 52 weeks straight, and we're excited about that. And so I'm trying to get a great lineup, and I think Vertice Berry, I think she's going to do it. So we're going to get her on as well. So we'll see how it goes. And yes, good. Hey, Brent, it was great to see you today. Finally, without seeing you on a excited about that as well. Angel, do I mind reading to students at Pulaski for Read Across America Month? No, I do not mind. Call my office and let's get it set up. Hey, Tamara, good to see you as well. Appreciate you as well. Smokehouse used to be really bad on not wearing masks. I hope they're wearing masks because I like their food. Um, well, Renee, we're hoping if we can get our numbers where they need to be, we'll have the race. If if the numbers are not where they need to be, we're not going to have the race. Seriously. Um, I'm not sure about current and available vaccine locations, but I will post it today. Okay, I will get it posted as soon as I get that as well. Let's see what else. Um, Dawn Baker has some great information as always. If you need help paying your rent, here it is. Shavandria, can public housing get carpet and new parks for the safety of the children? You'd have to talk to the Housing Authority of Savannah. The city of Savannah has nothing to do with public housing. So, that's something you need to address with them. I'm not sure about how all that works. Okay? Greta, thank you for joining us as well. Keith is old enough to remember Schoolhouse Rock. The school system telling kids now you have Zoom on Wednesdays is crazy. My daughter says another full Zoom day. All right. Hey, Pastor Charles Roberson, thank you, sir. And you held a very successful community-based vaccination clinic this week. Is it finished? And I know that you had a lot of folks going out there. Let us know how that went. I want to know how that went. Well, Lakeisha, the issue is not about the race being outside. The issue is that they're running through places and neighborhoods where people live. And so again, we want to make sure that people are safe. So we don't want to bring people here. People come, they congregate. You can't stop people from congregating. Remember to support the virtual Black Heritage Festival. Yes, we should do that. Tanya says paving the streets at 37th and Henry. Oh, it's this Wednesday. Okay. All right. So, Pastor Roberson, if you would go ahead and if you could drop your flyer in here. It's this Wednesday, February 24th. This Wednesday, February 24th, at Kingdom Life Community Fellowship. They are having a community-based vaccination clinic. So I know they're doing it by appointment. So we'll put that information out there, and we'll make sure that you're there. All right. Hey, Nisi. Yes, we love Miss Lola, and I hope she is proud of me. All right. Greetings, Garnett. Thank you for joining us. We're always glad to have you here for Friday night date night. All right. So what else we got to talk about? We're coming down on our last few minutes. So what y'all want to talk about? What is I haven't talked about? Oh, I know what I'll talk about. So last week, and I think people got this thing twisted, but I want to make sure that we're very clear about two things. The first thing deals with we passed an ordinance, and the ordinance, some people that were, I think, unfortunately uninformed, said, well, you're doing an assault against homeless people. No, the issue was this. The problem was this, is that, and I'm going to be talking about, we're going to be talking about the issue of homelessness soon, because it is an issue here. But essentially, what has occurred in our community is that you're able, our housing providers are able to do like 30% of their housing, 30% of what they usually have. So if you have 30 people, usually your capacity is 30, then you can only have 10 people in your homeless shelter. So that means where you had 20 people before, extra people, that means 20 people are now in the street, have to find other places to go. So usually you have 30. Because of social distancing, you can only have 10, which means that 20 people you used to serve are now out in the neighborhoods and in the communities. And they're everywhere. And the fact of the matter is that obviously there's a lot of people, and it's more people than we really realistically can really try to take care of. But I will tell you that we're doing our best to do so. I think we could all agree that tent cities is not humane. I think we could all agree that living under a roadway is not humane, particularly in some of the cold weather we're doing. And so the city of Savannah has invested in building a transitional village for people to live, and we're looking at other places to be able to do similar things to make sure that people have a roof over their heads. We don't think living in cars is humane, but we recognize during this pandemic a lot more people are in the streets, and people are traveling here as well, just because people in Savannah have been really so gracious and so kind. But the issue at hand is that we've had 4 people killed, 4 people. Because I don't know if it's ever happened to you, but it's happened to me often, where you have people that are panhandle, or and they'll come out and they'll dart out in the middle of the street, and they're in highways and you're darting out in the middle of the street. And although they have a right to be in medians, what they don't have the right to do is to create a situation where it is not safe, where they get hit or you hit them. And we've had a situation, again, 4 people have lost their lives. This is an issue. And so the city council unanimously passed an ordinance that basically says that, you can't dart out into traffic. You can't interfere with the roll of traffic. And it really gives our officers what they need to be able to address these folks, to say, hey, look, your behavior, not you being, but your behavior is inappropriate. You can't dart out in the middle of streets. It is not a jailable offense. We're not trying to take people to jail, but what we are trying to do is to address the behavior. to me, 4 lives is too much to die because of something that could have been avoided. And so this is in the purview of the city of Savannah. The Recorder's Court has exclusive jurisdiction. We prosecute these cases ourselves. And again, the goal of this is not for punishment. The goal of this is for compliance. And so people got this all twisted. Y'all are doing this and y'all doing it. No, we're not. We're trying to keep people safe. And that's what we're supposed to do. And if you've ever been like me where you're riding and you almost hit somebody because they jumped out in front of your car, you know what a scary situation that is. And so it's an issue, and we've addressed it. And, you know, again, if people are on the side of the road and you want to bless them, then by all means bless them. It's not an anti-panhandling ordinance, but it is addressing behavior of people darting out in front of cars because, again, we have to keep people safe. So I wanted to talk about that. Hey, Iron Bull, good to see you. Hey, Pastor Robertson has sent the message to sign up for the vaccine. This week, text the word vaccine to 912-333-3952. Thank you very much. All right, thank you. So our libertarian friends at Effingham says they have a lot of people in Effingham that feel COVID is no different than the flu. You personally don't have a kid in school, so you have to ask the leaders of the logic about a kid not being required to wear the mask. Yeah, I mean, we know that COVID is not the flu. We've had over 300 people in Chatham County to die. We know it's not the flu. Thank you for doing that. See, the conjunction function. Kim, when is the Hudson Hill Community Center going to be there? I will check. I know that I secured the $3 million for it before I left the district. So I haven't really kept my eyes on it, but I will follow up about when the Hudson Hill Community Center should be started. So Lisa wants to know that whether you have to be 65 and older to get the shot at Kingdom Life. And Hannah says that she has got her Savannah hat. I'm still waiting on Marissa to get me what I need so I can rock it in every color. All right. Dawn Baker wants to know who has a reputable nonprofit organization that can get ladies suits to women who are trying to get back into the workforce. Do we have a Dress for Success program? I do not know, Dawn, but if we do not, we can do one. We could do one ourselves from Friday Night Live because I know we have some classy women, some professional women on our Friday night date night, and we will get a place. And I know y'all have some of these nice St. John suits that, you know, because the Lord has blessed you, you're not going to be able to get into them anymore, and you might need to get over the fact that you're going to get into them. Just give it to somebody else who can wear it. And some of y'all have these nice shoes that you've never worn before. They're still in the box, and you're just waiting for the day that you're going to find a dress to do that. So maybe we could do that as a something for men and for women. So let's check into that, Dawn. Thank you very much. Let me see. See, Joan says she has some stuff to give. But we're going to give away good stuff. We're going to give away clean stuff. All right? I mean, if you wouldn't wear it, we don't want to give it to nobody else. And if it's not clean, we don't want to give it away either. Hey, Ms. Zelda Tenenbaum, good to see you. See, Chloe says she has some pantsuits. Before she had a baby, she'll never fit it again. We're not going to say you won't fit it again. We just say you won't give it away, okay? So let's figure out a way we can do that as well. Please encourage people not to be like the two ladies that dress like old ladies. Oh, really? Wow, that's crazy. All right. See, Carolyn says she has some jewelry. See, this might be a project. If we don't find someplace, Dawn, we're gonna do that as part of our date night. Idell says, what do I think the new hockey team's name should be? I think it should be the Savannah Storm or the Savannah Cold Ice or something like that. Something, fun. All right, Pastor Robertson says if she's a caretaker of someone that's 65 or older, she can get the shot. All right? And Julie has some things to give. Hannah, the difference between people who panhandle downtown and on River Street as people that are out there on the, well, again, Hannah, it is not a panhandling ordinance. It is not a panhandling ordinance. Constitutionally, people have the right to be on public streets. We can't move people, and I don't think I would want to move people off of public streets. I mean, it's a public street, public right of way. People can be there. The issue comes in is, and again, you see people there, they have a sign, they're not bothering you. Where it becomes illegal is when their behavior, if they're aggressively panhandling you, if they are being abusive towards you. And in this case, this is about people darting in and out of traffic. That is where it becomes an issue. So it's not an issue of people being downtown. I mean, people do that. I mean, if you've ever been to Portland, it's people all over the place. We recognize the poor are with us and those who need us. And I mean, I've heard there's some people who do really well, a couple of $1,000s a week doing this. So it's not an issue of panhandling. The issue is about the behavior while they might be panhandling. Sometimes we have little kids that are downtown too, like in the summertime they're selling water and they're running out in front of traffic as well. So it's really about the behavior in the intersections, the behavior in the median. So that's what we're talking about. Let's see. With our ARCS task force, because we know people coming home from jails and prisons, they need nice clothes. And Sabrina Robinson, Sabrina has some nice clothes too. So, Dawn, we're going to check into that. Better be some good bourbon on Friday night. That's funny. All right. Okay, so Zelda says that Wesley, my mentor, used to do it as well. Yeah, so, I mean, if people are not already doing it, then we'll do it. We'll do it. Pastor Robeson, Barnett McNeil says that 912-333-3952 is no longer in service. I think you're supposed to text it. You're not supposed to call it. You're supposed to text it. Text vaccine to that. So we'll check into that. Well, Cassell has a bunch of shoes she has not worn, and because they are of a certain height, she can't wear them anymore. So Cassell, just meet us and drive up from Jacksonville and bring us all those nice shoes you have. I know you got a bunch of shoes. Let's see, what else? Yeah, Betty, we're going to do that. All right, see? Dawn, if you're going to help spearhead it, Dawn, we're going to talk. We're going to work this out. We're going to bless some people, all right? We're going to bless some people. Let's see, what else? Mariah, thank you for joining us. Yeah, see, Chastity's going to help us too. So Chastity, contact Dawn. We're going to contact me. So we'll have some people on the women's side, and I'm going to need some guys to help me on the guys' side. And we'll do this. We'll do it. All right. Let's see. Are we getting a hockey team for real, Gina? Yes, we're getting a hockey team, and I know you love to ice skate. So, oh, Sam, see, Savannah Storm. See, look, see. Sam, me and you, man, we're there. And I didn't even see you say Savannah Storm. But I like that, Savannah Storm. Goodwill has one on Sally Moo Drive. Well, thank you for letting us know that. And I do like Savannah Ice as well. The Savannah Pucks. Savannah Pucks. That's funny. Dr. Williams says she'll love to help. The Savannah Mud Ducks. That's funny. And Carolyn Bryan says that Central Missionary Baptist Church in Thunderbolt has a clothes closet as well. So like I said, what we might do is we might collect them and then we donate them to the clothes closets so that everybody's able to get stuff. I mean, so we'll talk about how we could do that. Okay? I'm asking about the individuals who were making the palmetto roses being required to have a permit. Yeah, that's street peddling. It's a little different. It's street performers and street peddlers that you're making stuff and you're selling it. You're required to have a permit for that. Yes. That's correct. Our friends from Libertarians, yes, public property belongs to the public. I am never in favor of moving people, as some cities have done. We move people off of private property so that we don't have to look at them. No, it's public property. But we do and we should govern their behavior while being on public property. And so running into streets or harassing people is just not cool. Everybody does not do that. Most people don't do it. Some people do. And so we have to address those who do it. So thank you for that. Hey, and Michelle has a bunch of clothes. Michelle has a bunch of clothes on. So we're going to get all Michelle's clothes, and we're going to get some of Valerie's clothes as well. And Birdhouse has many clothes to donate. Cassell does too. And I know Michelle has some nice shoes too. Oh, Nisha, your dad has brand new suits and shoes again. So y'all just hold on to them for 1 week, and next week we'll talk about how we can get this done, okay? All right. That's how we're going to do it. Savannah Blade, I like Savannah Blade. I like Savannah Heat. So make sure when we do this contest, we'll put it out there so everybody can get that information. So, again, we appreciate you joining us. It's always a pleasure to be with you. I think that for us, we have to count things joy. There's a scripture that says, count it all joy. And I know that people are going through some very, very difficult times. But our reality is that, as bad as things are, and I don't mean this to be facetious, but as bad as things are, as difficult as things are, as trying as things are, things can certainly always be a whole lot worse. When you look at your calamities and look at the things that you're going through, know that there are people that are going through so much more. Count it joy. Count it joy. Be grateful for things as they are. And understand that things do and things will get better. You wake up every day with the fact that if you can open your eyes and if you can move around, then your situation can change. And as dreary as the last couple of days have been here, and as we think about our friends in Texas, when I look up at the sky, it looks so dreary, I know that above those clouds is the sun. How do I know? Well, because I've been in a plane before, and I watch planes as they accelerate and they go up into the air, and they go through all of this turbulence, and they go through all of these clouds, and sometimes it gets really dark, and then all of a sudden the sun is there, and it's beautiful and it's clear and it's still. And the reality was that the sun was always there. Some of us S-U-N, other of us S-O-N. But the sun was always there. We just couldn't see it because of the clouds. And so if it helps anybody today, again, we don't know what hell you've been through this week. We don't know how hard it's been for you this week. But just be reminded that the sun is above the clouds that you're facing. And one thing we know about clouds are that clouds are temporary. They don't stay. They dissipate, they move away, but the sun shines. And so as you count things joy, as you count what you're going through, as you look at what you have as opposed to what you're losing, what you lost, I'm convinced that things ultimately do get better, and things will get better. And we just want you to hang in there, and we want you to know that we're with you. This is your family. We're here with you. 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 And that's why we need you to be okay, because you're part of our family. You come and you hang with us every Friday night, and we miss you when you're not here. And we need you to hang in there, because what we know is we are looking forward to the day when we will all see you and we will know who you are. So you might be alone, but you're not lonely. You're with us. Every Friday we will get together. Now we get together on Mondays too. That's what we're going to do. We're going to make it happen, and we're going to do it together. So Just continue to stay focused. Don't look at your present situation. Look at what things will be, and stay reminded that for some of us, the S-U-N, and for other of us, the S-O-N is just above the clouds. Don't give up because you cannot see beyond the clouds. Clouds are temporary, clouds move, and the sun shines again. And so the sun will shine again in your life. I've been around for quite a while, quite a long time. I've had some good days, and I've had some bad days. But I will tell you that through it all, even on the dark days, the sun shines again. And in Savannah, our sun is going to shine. And we're going to do better, we're going to be better, and we're going to be better for this experience. And I just appreciate you all. And again, have a great week. We will see you on Monday, 7 or 7:30. I'll let you know. We're going to talk about felons and the right to vote, sponsored by the Port City Bar Association and ARCS. Hang in there. The sun is going to shine again. God bless you all. Good night. Thank you for joining us. Bye-bye.